News 25 is brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, deputies are led on another vehicle pursuit, and NHP gives an update on a tragic crash. News 25 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
3 people are detained following a police chase. It's Monday, June 3rd. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. At least one person is facing charges following a chase with law enforcement. The Nye County Sheriff's Office has taken 3 individuals into custody as a result of a high-speed pursuit that occurred Sunday afternoon in neighborhoods on the north part of Pahrump. Deputies say that the speeds were in excess of 80 miles per hour through these neighborhoods. 3 individuals were inside the SUV, which almost crashed on Rita Drive. That's where the pursuit ended, on a felony stop with guns drawn. It's unclear at this time the reason why the individual driving did not yield to law enforcement. The Nye County Sheriff's Office report that White has been arrested for contributing to the delinquency of a minor, conspiracy to elude, evade, or failure to stop, failure to yield at a stop sign or traffic control device, driving without a driver's license, taking or possessing a vehicle without the owner's consent, and driver disobeying a peace officer in connection with this pursuit. Traffic was blocked around the scene while the investigation was being conducted by Nye County Sheriffs. And NHP has an update regarding a tragic fatal accident that occurred on Highway 160 near the Tacopa turnoff. Nevada Highway Patrol has an update concerning a fatal accident that occurred at the end of May. NHP Trooper Jason Braschek tells News 25 that on May 21st at approximately 5:11 p.m., a 1999 Acura hatchback was driving northbound on Highway 160, approaching mile marker 39. Witnesses reported that the Acura was driving in a reckless manner before the crash. The Acura was reportedly passing vehicles on the right shoulder when the driver lost control, entered the desert terrain, and overturned. The male driver, who is identified as a Pahrump resident, was transported to UMC by Mercy Air with serious but not life-threatening injuries. The female passenger was ejected and pronounced deceased on scene. She has been identified as 70-year-old Maisie Garrett from Pahrump. Investigators believe that impairment and speed are factors in this crash. The crash remains under investigation. A local family has been displaced as a result of a home fire that occurred last week on Jacob Street. We caught up with the Chase family to find out more.
Late Thursday afternoon, we were dispatched for a report of an unknown type fire near 4400 block of Jacob Street. As crews were responding, they were notified that the fire was actually a structure. As crews arrived on location, they found the front side wall fully involved, and it was extending into the attic space. There was a large debris of material immediately in front of that wall. It was also well involved. We found that all occupants were accounted for. There was a number of pets that were still inside. As crews commenced the interior attack, they did a quick knockdown of the fire on the outside. They moved into the interior through the front door, and they hooked the ceilings and controlled the extending fire up in the attic space. They didn't locate the animals. They did locate them, so they simply just went in there and sheltered them in place, and they were all safe. We didn't see any deceased cats. We saw a number of cats that were still running within the inside of the house. It appears to be accidental in nature. We believe it to be an exterior fire that extended to the interior and to that front wall. There was a significant amount of debris and weeds surrounding the outside of the property. And so we're finding that to be a common threat through our fires now. We're into wildland season, brush season. And so we're seeing that materials left outside that are catching on fire are quickly extending to structures.
Oh, smoke and water damage, and we're not allowed to go in yet until somebody comes,
Not looking at it. There's water damage. It's atrocious. I mean, the carpet for one end, they just sucked it all up, and it's just, the water, it's still wet.
And then all the stuff from the ceiling when they put the hose in,
the couch.
the stuff that falls down is all over everything. And
This looked like nothing the day of the fire, just like a little bit, but this is, so all these are from fire comes out right here. When you're holding a fire extinguisher, and you got to get close enough to the fire, and you realize that the fire was, like I said, engulfing me too.
I originally moved up here to take care of my mom, and then this happened. So I smelt it, I got up to look, and I could see the smoke barreling by the bedroom window, like dark, deep charcoal smoke. I ran and yelled for him. I yelled for my parents. My mom and dad obviously were frantic. Their house was on fire. My dad and I tried to get outside to put it out. We couldn't get out the front door. It was already engulfed. Got everybody out safe, minus one kitten. Health.
They said that there was 3 that passed away.
Yeah, I only know about the little one because that was the one I was most concerned about. But there were a couple that did.
Well, this is the first time I've dealt with anything like this, and honestly, there's so many moving parts and a lot going on. The biggest thing is my parents are okay. There's some minor, you've seen the burns on his hands, and my mom did pass out and hit her head on the pavement when she was outside, and she got checked for that, and she's okay, so that's the most important part, is they're okay. Is there a loss of stuff? Absolutely. Things like finding lodging and all that, and I actually meet the adjuster today at noon, and we'll go through all that kind of stuff, because honestly my parents are almost 70 and it's a lot for them to deal with. I set up a GoFundMe page for them. I have to look it up. It's called Parents House Caught on Fire Today. If you want, stop by the store, send me an email, call. I actually want to say thank you to Chief Lewis and staff were here, I think, very, very quickly. And then, like I said, I've had so many customers just already call me when they seen the news or the Facebook. Of course, it was on Facebook immediately. My phone started ringing. Are your parents okay? Can I help? Can we offer this? So I also want to thank actually just pretty much everybody in town, and all my old customers have been absolutely fantastic. So the number up at Threads is 775-751-5151.
More news, including Business First Brief, after this break.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, dollar stores are slowly selling items for more than $1. That and more in today's Business First Brief.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Apple investors are watching the action at the tech giant's Worldwide Developers Conference. The event today is all about Apple rolling out its latest software updates, but Apple does sometimes reveal upgrades to its hardware devices such as iPhones and watches. In New York, there's a controversial plan to install and test facial recognition software at a school district to boost security. The New York State Education Department tells CNN the facial recognition software is not yet fully approved. Dollar Tree is quietly testing selling items for more than $1. The Business Insider reports it's called Dollar Tree Plus. We noticed Dollar Tree is suddenly shrinking the size of some items, so you are getting less product. The retailer blames the trade war.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Well, this morning, Valley Electric Association held their regular board meeting. According to VEA, the contract was extended for 4 months for current interim CEO Richard Peck. VEA CEO Angela Evans is still on administrative leave following her arrest for embezzlement. At a recent meeting, the board members of the owned cooperative discussed reinstating Angela Evans to her position. No action was taken on that matter at that time. The Nye County Sheriff's Office is continuing to conduct their investigation into the facility. The district attorney has not filed charges against Evans, they say, pending the outcome of that investigation. Well, luckily, no injuries have been reported as a result of today's collision on the highway. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, Nevada Highway Patrol, and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were dispatched to a 2-vehicle accident this afternoon on Highway 160 and Matthew Lane. The T-bone type collision resulted in no injuries and minor to moderate damage on both vehicles. Traffic was diverted around the collision while the investigation was being conducted by Nevada Highway Patrol. And in today's Save a Pet segment, Darby is joined by Garfield, who is looking for a home to call his own.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are in the cat room. So this is Garfield. He is a 2-year-old orange tabby. He doesn't like the microphone in his face. He is sweet. He makes mush on you. He's so perfect. He's perfect. He has such a sweet little personality. You should definitely come here, check out all the cats in the cat room. They have tons. They have kittens, they have older cats, they have special needs cats. Just awesome. So come down to Desert Haven. They're on Ceres Lane behind the Nye County Courthouse. You can give them a call at 775-751-7020. You can look them up on Facebook at Desert Haven Animal Society or go online at deserthavenas.org. Bye, Garfield.
More news right after this.
News 25 is brought to you by Bill and Robin Law, injury attorneys. Injured, need money? Get Bill and Robin, your local Pahrump injury attorneys.
Well, a recent presentation in front of county commissioners discussed Nye County's health ranking and the issues with measles and non-vaxxers.
On the May 21st Board of County Commissioners meeting, Henry Melton, the Nye County Public Health Officer, gave a presentation regarding Nye County's health ranking, the measles outbreak in the U.S. and other countries, and recommendations on how to better Nye County's health ranking. Prior to this year, the health ranking itself was 16 out of 17. Henry addresses that this is a bad ranking. However, he states that there are some variables that impact that rating that we may be able to influence. He speaks about a problem involving reporting health-related issues. This is the first variable.
An example, if someone has a drug-related problem, and that is discovered here in Nye County, and that person moves to another area, it is now discontinued. But if that person comes back, it is still discontinued. So we have to report that if the person comes back and that person is considered cured or well or in a different status. We don't have access to that. Myself and several other individuals are looking at how we can improve that.
The second variable that we can impact, he states, is getting more medical professionals to help out the population. He states that as the number of medical professionals goes up, our ranking will as well. Henry Melton states that he and a local doctor are currently looking into tying in programs with some of the medical schools. He also began speaking about addressing more prevalent diseases. He spoke about how he and a group he's been working with are trying to secure as much information as possible involving those cases. The conversation began moving towards the measles outbreak, and he discusses it via slideshow. The first slide shows the rising number of U.S. measles cases. The cases for 2019, as of April 26, has grown to 704, and while 2014 had 567 cases, that was for the whole year, while we still aren't done with 2019 and have already passed that number, which was the second highest number on the slide. These numbers were recorded by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The second slide talks about a measles case that occurred in Southern California. Two universities, UCLA and Cal State LA, quarantined at least 129 students due to an impact of measles. Commissioner Koenig makes a comment regarding that slide.
When I grew up, I knew what measles, mumps, all that kind of stuff was, and we got vaccinated. And now it's, kids in their 20s that are just having a problem relating to that.
It's primarily because when you and I grew up, it was standard protocol for us to be vaccinated. Generations behind us were told that these things caused additional diseases, and they skipped that vaccination process. It's only recently that most of the municipalities have started to put in prohibitions against bringing kids to school who have not been vaccinated.
The third slide addresses what Henry Melton says may be misleading, is that Washington State says that their measles outbreak is over because they noticed the numbers going down. They have begun to let kids go to school without the vaccinations despite parents' resistance towards it. He says that he would like people to be aware that some people will be coming from places where those vaccinations aren't required. The final slide addresses an incident in Germany where one person on a cruise ship who had the measles, accompanying more than 40,000 people on board, were not allowed to get off the boat by the minister of that country. He uses this as an example for us to be aware of the economic effect that measles can have. After Henry gives the recommendations, summarizing what was presented earlier, Commissioner Strickland makes a request.
Can we ask you to do a presentation to the school board?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. Would you make that happen, please?
I will make that happen.
Thank you, Dr. Miller.
Thank you.
Okay.
And the University of Nevada Cooperative Extension Office here in Pahrump spoke to commissioners about some new people they have on board in the northern and southern parts of our county.
Is anybody online? Is anyone called in? Hearing nobody, I'm going to assume they haven't. Item 3, for possible action. Discussion and deliberation regarding retaining counsel to be selected by the district attorney as counsel for handling of civil litigation in a case entitled Nye County Management Employees Association and Ronnie Boscovich versus Nye County, case 2019-007, State of Nevada Local Government Employee Management Relations Board. 2, authorize district attorney to execute a contract for counsel legal services. And 3, fund from contingency.
I would like to make a motion to retain counsel as read by the district attorney in regards to item 1, 2, and item 3.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Yes, you have a second.
I have a motion and a second to retain counsel, authorize the district attorney to execute a contract, and 3, fund from contingency. Discussion? Public comment? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed say nay. Nay.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, it's getting hot out there. Let's take a look outside on that weather cam. Got a little bit of wind as well. We're going to find out more when we have weather from the desk after this break.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real. And by a Pahrump Rental and Do It Best Hardware. Your friendly small town hardware store. Shop small, shop local.
All right, today's highs in Las Vegas, 93, tonight's low, 71. Death Valley, 102 with a low of 78. Amargosa, 91, 64. Beatty, 85, 61. Goldfield still cool at 75, 52. Tonopah even cooler at 72, 51. Carson City, 80 with a low of tonight of 53. Fallon, 84, 57. And Fernley, 82 degrees your high today and 57 as your low tonight. Today here in Pahrump, 89 degrees. UV index is at 9. Your highs, 90 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Winds out of the west-southwest at 5 miles per hour with humidity up there at 25%. Sunrise, 5:27 this morning. Tonight, clear skies with your low of 65. Winds out of the east-northeast at 5 miles per hour. Humidity still at 25%. Sunset, almost 8 o'clock at 7:57 tonight. Clear skies, except for a little bit of clouds coming in Thursday and Sunday. We're hitting our triple digits for the first time this season on Wednesday with a high of 100, low of 74. Going back down on Friday to 91, 61. And then we're going to have a pretty good weekend there with 87 on Saturday as your high with a low of 63. 88 with 65 as your low on Sunday. Back up on Monday, clear skies with 94, your low of 69. Today, we wanted to say happy birthday to our own Rodney Camacho.
Who can sing it in tune?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rodney. Happy birthday to you. Hey, Rodney, where's the candles at?
And many more.
I know, right?
Yes.
And don't forget that tomorrow night there's a group discussion at the Pahrump Community Library on East Street beginning at 5:30 p.m. for the public to attend. UNLV is asking families to come to discuss your child's education, health, safety, and so much more. For more information, you can call 702-895-1121. Free refreshments, raffles, and books will be available, and lots of fun. They're asking you to even bring your kids to have a good time there. And as we end our broadcast tonight, we highlight a video. We don't have the original track there because it's copyrighted, but it's done by Diego Lopez featuring Shay Riddick, and Traffic brought to you by Nikki Calabrese.